Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. I've got completely bored with Gran Turismo because it's boring, and I don't know why it got boring, but it did. I think the constant boring content that they keep updating us with the same shitty old cars has got to me in the end, so I've had to give it a rest for a bit. But in giving it a rest, other people have been asking me to try other games on the channel. So I thought, well, I'll try Call of Duty then, because obviously that's the newest game out. Everybody seems to be playing it. But I'm properly rubbish at these type of games. It might be my age, I don't know. But either way, I thought I'll go on the internet and I shall do some research just to help myself a little so I don't go and get completely obliterated. Which, as you'll see, didn't really help much, but I went on to my friend's channel, who's got a YouTube channel, who just streams this particular game, Jack FPS, and he has like loads of tips and tricks on how to set your gun up, what's the best perks for your gun, blah blah blah. And then he demonstrates really how good he is on the game with the gun. It doesn't seem to matter to him what gun he has or how it's set up. He's still the same whichever, but you know, heedy ho. So I looked at a few of his vids, I looked at a few others on how to set the actual game up, so it was, you know, running its best, so I wasn't like getting any lag or minimizing the lag as best I could, so I had the best chance. And this was one of the best tips I found that enabled me to progress, and that is setting up a private match. So what they wanted you to do was go down, you know, obviously start the game, go down to private match, and then set up a custom game. And I like Hackney Yard, so it was one of the ones I wanted to try out. And then you just do the free-for-all, because you just want to shoot anything and everything. And this is is to do with target practice and getting into the habit of, when you've shot someone, always look behind you or around you. Just keep your eyes active. Because what I tend to do is just, I shoot the thing that's in front of me, and then I keep running forward, and I always get shot from behind or from the side, because I'm not looking, I'm just running towards the one I'm shooting, and normally I've run out of cover. That's mostly what I do. So I'm an impatient player when it comes to these type of things. I don't want to sit behind something and wait for someone to come from whatever direction to shoot them. I want to run out and get busy, you know, a bit Rambo style, but without the skill. So this enables you to be able to get better at it. So mode needs to be free for all, so everybody's shooting at you and you can shoot at anybody. Game rules, I set it to unlimited on the time limit and the score limit, so you can just carry on for as long as you need to. Match starts time is, I'll just put it to minimum so we're not messing around. And then I went to gameplay to make sure that I've got spawn ammo at max. So I'm spawned with the maximum amount of ammo. So that was that. Then, that's the game setup. Oh, I missed out the bots. That would help. Bots I've set to as many as I can get, which is 11. And I've just set them to regular, because I don't want them to like shoot me every 2 seconds. I need to be able to start regularly getting my eye in, swinging it around, getting it on target. That's what I've basically done. Now my weapon of choice has been, as of late, the P90. Again, it was another one of Jack FPS's recommendations. It's a really good gun. There's hardly any recoil on it, which is great when you're trying to aim. And for this one, because it's a private match, you can basically attach any attachment you want. So this is what I went for. So I went for the monolithic suppressor on the front, and I went for the FSS 10.6 Pro on the barrel, and then the fly strap on the stock. I didn't have any, I've not got any perks on it. The rear grip, I've gone for just stipple grip because it's the best, and on the front I've gone for stipple grip tape, and that seems to be the perfect gun for me. As you'll see when I get in, there's hardly any recoil. It's basically all based on me aiming properly. So if I aim properly, bang tidy. So that's me gun. For me perks, I went for scavenge because I'm going to be aiming badly, so I'm going to be running out of ammo quite quick. So whenever I kill someone, I need to reload and scavenge some bullets from somewhere. Hardline, it's just it's one less kill for your kill streaks, but you don't need it for this type of thing. And the shrapnel gives me 2 lethals and 2 tacticals. So I've gone for a stem for the tactical, so when I get a bit injured, I can recover quickly. And I just like the Semtex, just like throwing out and trying to stick it to the odd bot or person that I'm playing against. And that's it. My secondary obviously is some sort of RPG. One of my favourite things online is to shout RPG. RPG! And then shoot it and hopefully get someone. Normally not the case. I shoot it and then I get shot. That's normally what happens. But, you know, that's when you're playing online. It's a different level. But since doing this exercise, I normally find when I get to around the 150, 200 kill mark, my eyes starting to focus better and my aiming starting to get better. I mean, I've played this up to the point where I've got 700 kills before I've stopped. And by the end of the 700, I've sort of gone over past my learning point and I've got tired. So there's a fine line of how far you go for the day of learning and trying to hone your skills before you start getting fatigue, really. For me, it was the 500 mark. By the time I got to like 500 kills, I'm as good as I'm going to get for the day. After that point, it starts dropping quite quickly and there's no point. I get eye fatigue, concentration's gone, no point. So I just walk away, go and have a sandwich or something, come back later, an hour or so later. So let's I'll start the match. You can see how I get on.
It's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation.
Standing by. Good work. Winning is good for business.
So that is my journey on COD so far. What I wanted to show you was my aimed out sights, speeds and all that. Polaver. So these are my settings that I'm using. I'm using a 7.7 and 0.85. Now, I don't really do the scope stuff, so I don't really bother with that. I've not changed it. It's just staying at 1.1. I did have my low zoom ADS lower. I had it at like 0.45 because my aiming was so bad. I needed it to be slow when I looked down sights just to start moving the stick because I had no chance. But it actually started to work against me in the end because I got better and then I lost the speed to aim, if you know what I mean. So then I had to up it. So now I've upped it to 0.85, which has helped me a lot because I've got better. So I can aim down the sight better and quicker. So I've speeded it up a bit. That's roughly where I'm at the minute. The 0.85, 7 in terms of how I will look round, more than quick enough. If I go any quicker, then I get motion sickness because my eyes can't keep up. Again, it's an age thing. So that's my settings for that. I have linear, and I don't know why, but linear seems to work best for me on the aim assist curve. I know the recommendation is to stay standard, which I've got on the aim assist because that works for me. But the linear curve for some reason just works better, and maybe it's just how I control my thing. If I do it the other one, I'm always overshooting. But the linear just works. So if it works for me, it works for me. That's it. Not saying it's for everyone. These are not recommendations for anybody because I'm rubbish at this game. So don't take these are things that I'm copying off other YouTubers and then just tailoring it to my skill level. So that's where we're at with that. Right, so it's going to be the end of the video. It was more for like an entertainment thing. There was nothing to learn here other than how I'm doing stuff and how I'm learning the game. I'm going to be going back to Gran Turismo, obviously. We'll get back into that ASAP. And what I might do though is before I do another Gran Turismo, I think I'm going to dig out Killzone 2 for PS3. And the reason why I want to do that is because it's such a great looking game, and it still stands up today the way it looks, and the way the PS3 handles it is amazing. But the PS5 is coming this year. I don't think there's going to be a Killzone release, which is gutting because I think they should have one for every release of a new console. It's not as if they haven't got enough time to make one. It's like, 7 to 10 years before a new console comes out. It's more than enough time to get one knocked out. But the other big rumour is that Resistance Fall of Man might be having a remake, and that might be one of the release titles for the PS5. Fingers crossed them rumours are true. If they're remaking the first one, which as far as I'm concerned is the best one, I loved the way it looked. It's graininess that they had. The story was amazing. If they ported that and then it's PS5 graphicked to within an inch of its life, it will look amazing. And I'll be buying it, that's for sure. I don't care that it's a remake. It was a great game in the first place, so I'm well up for that. But yeah, we're going to get Gran Turismo on release. I mean, they've said this before. They always say there's going to be a Gran Turismo on release of a new console, and it always ends up about a year or two later. So, there's being late and then there's taking the piss. But Polly like taking the piss with that type of thing. So, they like to take their sweet time. But hopefully it'll be released on the day of release because they've overworked and what's the word when they've over-engineered this particular Gran Turismo in, I think, in hindsight, to be ready for the new PS5, because all the cars are rendered in 8K and all that palaver. So there's no reason why they can't just boop and it's full. You know, why not do 120 hertz, 4K? I reckon that's what it'll sit at on the PS5, and it'll look gorgeous with all the old tracks from what I consider to be the best Gran Turismo, which is Gran Turismo 5. It's my personal opinion, but we want it like that. All the bells and whistles of the original Gran Turismos. I want to be sticking wings and shit on my car like you do to road cars. I want to turn my road car into a race car, you know, the usual stuff. And, you know, get some cars in there. I don't want the really old shit. I'm sick of them. Stop giving them. What I'd like is things like, I don't know, like I owned an MPS, a Mazda 3 MPS, Mark 1. Where's that? Give me that. Give me the Mark 2 as well. MPS Mazda. Yeah. You're giving me other Mazdas that are not even remotely sporty in terms of road cars. And then you're giving me touring car versions of the road car that, you know, I've never driven. But I have driven an MPS. You've got the Civic Type R's, so it's no different. Anyway, I'm waffling on. Give us some extra cars, but give us some, you know, within, I don't know, an age range of 1990 to the present day, instead of anything below 1990, unless it's a super classic that everyone's gagging to have, that they've asked you for. And that's about it. Anyway, I'm going to stop here and stop boring you and get rid of this heinous game off my heinous, whatever you say. Get it off the screen for you so I can get back to Gran Turismo. But I will be doing Killzone 2 just as a memorabilia reminder of how good that game was, because it was the only shooter I did actually enjoy playing. It was really good. I like the storyline of Killzone 2 as well. And then fingers crossed, I haven't got Resistance Fallen Man on the PS3 anymore. I traded it in. Shouldn't have done, but I did. Otherwise, I would have got that up as well. But I'll give you a bit of Killzone 2 on the next video, and I'll try and rummage in some Gran Turismo as well. Until the next video, I shall see you again. So take it easy. Hope you had a good Christmas, by the way. And 2020 is going to be a good year. Not sure if it's going to be a good year for me, but I'm sure it might be a good year for you. So that's, you know, it's all you can ask for, innit? So take it easy. I shall see you on the next video. Hit the like and subscribe button. Hit the share button, because I'm trying to build the channel. As you know, I feel like I'm repeating myself like a rabbit, but do rabbits repeat themselves? They don't, do they? Screwed up there, didn't I? Like a parrot. And I shall see you on the next video. Bye for now.